Hello, my name is Katrina Conley, and I am a student here at Regent University, earning a bachelor's degree in ministry leadership. There are several areas of communication that need my attention the most, and they are the three most important areas of life: my marriage, church, and my place of business. Like most marriages, communication has been a big problem. We can either provide too much, communicate too much, or we don't communicate enough. The biggest issue for me is not communicating enough because in my mind, I'm avoiding possible conflict or arguments. It is my job as a wife and it is my husband's job as a man to communicate in a marriage. In order for a marriage to be successful, there has to be communication. So I am working to improve in that area and to voice how I'm feeling in a respectful way and to be honest with my husband on things instead of holding things in, because that's not fair to him and it's not fair to me. So those areas in my life, or that area in my life, is something that I'm working to improve. When it comes to church, communication is the key to success. And when you are a leader in the church, sometimes it gets difficult when communicating because you don't want to offend the pastor, of course, and you definitely don't want to offend the pastor's wife. So sometimes I tend to hold in what I might be feeling if I don't agree with a certain area or a certain decision that is being made. So you tend to hold that in, and that's not helpful to the overall ministry. So I'm working really hard to improve and communicating in those areas. But all in all, the lack of communication to avoid conflict, to avoid hurting someone's feelings, or to be a disappointment to someone is hurting the overall ministry. The most complicated area that needs the most attention in my life for communication would be my place of business. With being in management and being management over 30 ladies, and then also having to deal with my own manager, always seems to have an issue with communication. There's always the lack of communication, which in turn causes conflict. So from going forward, I plan on always being in prayer, always communicating honestly, respectfully to my boss, to my employees, in order to be a successful business. Secondly, the biggest goals that I have with entering an online schooling. The biggest goal for me right now in my life will be to complete the assignments, get them turned in on time. With work being so demanding, family, husband, children being so demanding, it is almost impossible to completely focus on the task at hand, which is my attendance here at Regent University. So I am trying to figure out a way to make this priority in my life in order to be successful. My goal is to be ahead of the game by in week 5 already working on week 6. That for me will help a long way. So going forward, I plan on being ahead of the game. Lastly, Matthew 18. The book of Matthew has always been one of my favorite books. It speaks great volume. The biggest surprise, or one of the main things I've learned just reading the book of Matthew, is the importance of forgiving, showing mercy on my brother. Sin is so serious that one of the parables in Matthew 18 states, if a man sins with his hand, it would be better to cut it off than to continue on with it and find yourself in hell. That speaks a lot about sin, and that stuck out to me. Peter asked Jesus, How many times could a man's sin come up against you and you're required to forgive him? And Jesus said, not 7 times, but 70 times 70. So that was very important to hear, to understand. I am very grateful to be a part of Regent University. So far, in just 4 weeks, I've already learned a lot. I thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. And I look forward to what the rest of this course will bring. Thank you, and may God bless you.